Kenyans head to the ballot on 9th of August in 2022. So coming to you live from our HQ, Global Youth Forum. And at Global Youth Forum, one of our key areas of focus is civic engagement, where we encourage young people to register as voters and vote in the right leaders. So today we are just going to dive right in to have our say regarding the upcoming general elections. So after every 5 years, Kenyans head to the ballot to select or elect or hire those they think can serve them for the next 5 years. They head on to elect various people to represent them in various positions, starting with the presidency, heading to the governor, senators, members of parliament, women representatives, and members of the county assembly. As I speak to you now, Kenya has approximately 85 registered political parties. And obviously, when you look at the mainstream media, which has their own focus, and obviously they can't reach the ordinary voices across the country to highlight issues and things that affect common man at the grassroots level. So at Global Youth Forum, we sat down and said, look, can we start something that will bring young people's voices out there, people at the grassroots level, to share what they think and what their experiences are at the grassroots level. So for every Fridays and Sundays starting in June and July, we might invite guests and hosts, or if you are interested, please do reach out to us and you can be our guest and you can host one of these sessions, probably live on Facebook, on Instagram, or LinkedIn, or anywhere, and just engage your community on these particular issues. The hashtags we will be using are hashtag Youth Voices KE, hashtag Together We Are Strong, and hashtag Ordinary Voices. This will just help us flip the script and just ensure people get information they need to know as they head to elect their leaders come August this year. So before we dive right in, I got a question for you. It is only during elections that the people's voices or the people get a chance to hire those they want to serve them. And I want to ask you this again. Imagine you have a chance, or imagine you own a company or an organization, and you have been tasked to hire somebody who will take that organization forward, or somebody who will ensure that the organization meets its objective. In this case, we as the people have a chance to hire our president, hire our governor, hire our MCA, hire our MP, and hire our women rep. Who will we hire? And what factors will we be considering when hiring this particular candidate? And looking at what we have to achieve, who will we actually hire? Then the second scenario is you go to the shop, and in this shop, there is a person who is selling very fresh tomato, and you don't know this person. And in the same market, there is your uncle or your aunt who has got tomatoes, and these tomatoes are not in good condition. What tomato will you buy? Will you buy the bad tomato because your aunt is selling it, or will you buy the good tomato from that person you don't know? Look at those two scenarios. Either you want your company to grow or you want good food. For your company to grow, what qualities will you be looking at when hiring your CEO? You are looking for good food. What quality of tomatoes will you be looking at, or will you be buying? Will you be buying bad one from your uncle or your sister, or will you be buying from that one person that you don't know? Look, as young people, I'm told that there are a number of issues that affect us. One being on top of the list being unemployment. And the issue of unemployment is brought about by a number of factors, probably lack of infrastructure, poor quality education, poor allocation of funds and resources, and many more. You can name them. But as I speak to you, in Kenya, we got 85 registered political parties. and 22,152,144 registered voters. And following the population we have in Kenya, that stands at 47 million, 13,777,600 are young people between the ages of 18 to 35. And I just wanted to dive in to give you these facts, looking at the previous elections and looking at the most recent, the 2017 elections. Uhuru Kenyatta gathered 8,056,885 votes to become the president of the country, followed by Right Honorable Raila Odinga. That is again is on the ballot. Now, let's go back and look at the number of young people that we have. Imagine if the 13,777,600 youth in Kenya speak as one voice, register as voters, and just play their civic duties. Do you think we can not be taken seriously? I think, as I speak to you from Global Youth Forum, I think as young people, if we take ourselves so seriously, or just say take ourselves seriously, we can decide who becomes our next president. And we can champion our agendas, and we can make the leader listen to us. Imagine if all the young people now between the ages of 18 and 35 speak up their voice and they speak as one voice. The government and the adults will listen. But because we are divided and we are not united, the adults take advantage of us and our decisions or our things are not taken seriously. Now then, let's have a look at factors that make us, young people, not to be taken seriously. One, the youth are divided. And I've just stated how we are divided. We know the issues that needs addressed, but we go adrift. We don't know exactly what we want. We just want like to be in there. So if the young people, we can be united and speak as one voice and have a representative, like let's say Kenyan youth representative or former coalition of youth movement in the country, with one lady and one young man representing us and speaking the voices of the people. These two people cannot be bought, and they will stand for the rights of young people. Tell me if people won't take us seriously. Second, as young people, we seem to love handouts. Probably this is because we lack the resources we need, we are suffering, and we need help. So when people or these adults or these political people come to us and they give us handouts, we buy into their ideas if even the ideas don't serve us. Third, we got a mentality that maybe you wake up today and you just buy that Range Rover, or you just buy that Benz, or you just buy that V8. Even these adults who are working as political leaders and the community leaders, they had to work extra hard, and that mentality probably needs to change. As I was doing a research, I realized that out of the population that we have in Kenya, 22% of young people aged between 18 and 24 years are not registered as voters. And probably that's why even these adults know that as young people will just make noise and we don't have votes, so they can get away with anything. So we need to register as voters. Then we are not standing to work. We are not standing or working for the truth. We see lies, we spread the lies, and we just do things for the sake of doing them. So we need to stand for the truth and work for the truth as young people. Another issue that makes us not to be taken seriously, we are not focused on the issues. We are much into people, who is our tribe, who is our brother, who gave the most handouts, and so many other things. And we forget the issues that affect us, the issues that needs to be addressed. As always, you will realize that in every or after every election, the youth, we are on the streets fighting for things that even we don't know. Oh, my candidate did not win, so I have to beat these other people up, or I got to block this road, or I got to go beat the other person so that I can steal his or her property. So you find we trend for wrong reasons as young people. So first, we need to understand issues to be addressed as young people. And once we understand these issues, then the adults or the political leaders will take us seriously. Then secondly, we need to register as voters. I go out there more often and I see people picking handouts from politicians, but then you ask them, look, so Nani, where is your vote? Well, we just eat the money. I don't have a vote. I won't even vote. So register as a voter. That's a key pillar for us to be taken seriously. Then know the candidates. Just like I've stated, once we know the candidates, we will know exactly who have been involved in corruption, who have been stealing from people, who have been conning people, and who have been lying to us. So that when you go to that ballot, you know clearly so and so have done this, so and so have done this, and I'm going to elect so and so based on these actions and not the handouts they give you. And then vote in the right people. Do not buy into the handouts. So I know the politicians will come with the money, they will come with the handout, but make a choice based on the right people, because I might come today and give you 500, but for the rest of your life or for the rest of 5 years, you never see me again. So vote the right people that you as a person can reach out to and engage on issues that affect you and your community. Because when a candidate comes and gives you a handout, he's already paying you. For example, you go to a shop and you buy something. Will you go out there and demand that you are given something in return? At the end of the day, you bought it. Or like that candidate or that politician bought you. And then work with the leaders to offer solution. Let us look beyond the election day, that one day. After electing your leader, let us start thinking, how can we then support this leader towards achieving the goals that we want, towards solving problems that affect our communities. And what's important as young people, as we come to the end of this particular quick review and quick thought sharing, I just love you to know that no leader has ever made change without the support of the people. And as the people, we need to stand with our leaders even after the election, so that they can address, or we can address together, issues affecting us. As Kenyans, we have to vote people and not parties. Just a few days ago, I was hearing some candidates saying, hey, look guys, we need 6 Ps. This takes me back to the market. If you go to the market, your uncle is selling rotten tomatoes and the other salesperson has got fresh vegetables or tomatoes. What will you buy? Will you buy the rotten one from your uncle or the good one from the other person? So vote in people and not parties. Avoid handouts and look beyond elections and issues that need to be addressed. Once we vote, what issues do we have? Are we looking at quality education? Are we looking at decent jobs and economic growth? Are we looking at poverty eradication? Are we looking on sport? Let us focus on the issues and not the handouts. Then stand for what is right. Standing for what is right can be really hard. But if we have so many people, or a good number of young people, stand for what is right, then the leaders will just have to listen to us and our issues will be addressed together with us and our voices will be heard. Finally, your vote do matter. For example, you got 2 candidates, one with 50 votes and another with 51 votes. Who will be announced the winner? The one with the 51 vote. So if you have a vote, your vote matter, and just ensure you cast it this coming August election. As I come to the conclusion now, you are hiring for a company. Will you hire somebody that will kill the company, or will you hire somebody that will ensure that the company thrives and grows, so that you can get your income, you can make profits, and you can achieve your goals? And now, as a people, or as young people, we have that right to hire that person that will bring about change, that will work with us to solve the issues that affect us. So who will we hire? Will we hire the right person, or will we hire the wrong person because they belong to a certain political parties? Finally, if you go to the market, will you buy a rotten tomato because your uncle is selling it, or will you buy a fresh tomato because someone else is selling it? So the choice is on us. But I know as young people, as we head to this election, mine is to call upon you to maintain peace, vote in the right people, and stand out for the right things. If you want to join the conversation, please speak to us using our hashtags, and we look forward to engaging you more. And we hope that in future, we look for good people who will work with us to find solutions to the problems facing us. Peace.